Hey, what's happening? Peace and love to everybody uh, for tapping in. We're going to let a few people come on in, but just really want to come on here real quick and thank you all for subscribing to my channel and for following me on all my platforms and whatnot. Kind of been away from the channel for a while, but I ain't went nowhere. Just been dealing with a whole lot of little things. Physical issues, man, for the past year. Um, but I'm cool now and everything. So just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's my YouTube subscribers, Facebook subscribers, everybody that's been following me on these platforms, man. Be coming out with way more content, more empowering content. Got some things going on where I'm be dealing with the brothers. We're gonna be talking about think ways to solve our issues and our problems in our communities and whatnot. Still talking about the markets. The stock market is down right now, but it's looking like it's gonna rally um, and whatnot. It's always a good thing for people to invest. It's always a good time to learn how to invest. Um, I haven't really been talking about that as much. I've been drilling it in people's heads for the last 3 years. I've been helping people out to get started with their investments and whatnot, um, and everything like that. And this has been a trying week, by the way. On the 9th, my mother, the 9th of March marks the 20th anniversary of the day. Well, I shouldn't say anniversary. This is not a good thing, but it is still an anniversary. But 20 years ago, my mother died, and yeah, bro, I still got the classes. What's up, Alex? Man, just reach out to me, man. It ain't nothing, man. I do this, you know what I mean, and whatnot. I'm thinking I got a Facebook group. I probably should put you all in the group. So if anybody's interested in learning about the stock markets, just hit me up and I'll put you in the Facebook group and whatnot and start giving you the game in there. But yeah, on the 9th, mark 20 years my mother's since my mother passed. And real quick, one of the things that my mother did before she died, I was taking her to the hospital. She had died of cancer. And my saved, sanctified, preaching the gospel Baptist preacher mother said to me while we was riding to one of her doctor's appointments, and she said she told me to hush, and she turned up the radio. Now we was listening to my music. We wasn't listening. It really wasn't even on. Matter of fact, wasn't even on that high. But my mother told me, she said, be quiet. She turned up the radio and R. Kelly is playing. Now, this is in 2023. I mean, 2003. R. Kelly is playing, right? R. Kelly is playing I Wish, the song I Wish, when he reminisces about his mother. And my saved, sanctified mother uh, looked up and told me, um, when whenever I hear this song, to think of her. My mother knew that she was transitioning. I was naive. I didn't want to accept it. Uh, so that was the last thing I wanted to hear. Now, that was a moment that was between a kind of an intimate moment between me and my mother when she told me that. Now we look at 2023, and R. Kelly is a pariah. He's somebody that he's if you scrape the bottom of the barrel, that's where you will find R. Kelly these days. And I'm not defending him, right? I'm not sitting up here saying like because I don't rock with dude. You know what I mean? You'll never hear me saying free R. Kelly. You will never hear me saying none of that. I don't even talk about the guy most of the time, but I'm using that to talk about because I believe in redemption, right? I believe in redemption. And thinking back to that moment with my mother, I was wrestling with it this week. Like I said, it's been 20 years since my mother passed away. And I'm like, man, I went to play the song because it was in my memories, in my Facebook memories. And I was like, But I still have this endearing moment with my mother, who told me to always think of her when I hear this song. So I've just been dealing with redemption. I've been thinking about how we cast people, we cut people off, we cancel people in this day. But at what point is there ever redemption for Black men? I mean, how long are we supposed to? I'm just asking questions, right? I don't, and these are rhetorical questions, right? I really, it doesn't matter because I know what I'm going to do. But I'm just saying, at what point do we redeem people? Is there ever room for redemption? Just a thought. But anyway, I appreciate you all for checking in and tapping in. Let me see what we got here. Tap in and let me know y'all on here. What's going on? I just been sitting up listening to music all day, actually all weekend, really, and whatnot. But Alex, here's what hit me up in about 20 minutes, and then we'll chop it up and we'll get you started. Hey, what's up, Angel? Peace and love. How you doing? What you got going on this Sunday? I'm just coming live right now to thank people for subscribing to the channel, man. It's been rough. I've been in the background, man, trying to grow my platforms and whatnot. So I got plenty of content that I want to get out. You know what I stand for, Black empowerment. And let me say this. Let me say this while I got them on here. White people. Now, typically, I've opened up my platforms now, and all kinds of people are coming into my platforms and whatnot, and that's okay, right? I don't have a problem with that. But when you see me talking to my people, when you see me encouraging my people, that's a good time to shut the fuck up. That's a good. I don't need you to come over my platform telling me about. If I say that I believe in the redemption of Black people, that's what the fuck I mean. I don't need you to come telling me about all people. That's for your ass. I don't believe in. I don't have to believe in what you believe in. Go write that shit on your wall. You know what I mean? Y'all, I know a lot of y'all came around because of the music and everything like that. And it's cool, right? I don't have a problem with y'all. But listen, it ain't a democracy on my page. It's a fucking dictatorship. You ain't got no voice over there talking about all this kumbaya bullshit. I don't even stand for that. I don't even go for that, right? You know what I mean? I respect all people until they show themselves unworthy of respect. But don't come over there trying to tell me what to do on my motherfucking page, man. I ain't gonna never lift y'all up. Let me say that again. I ain't gonna never lift y'all up. The whole goddamn world lifting y'all up and genuflecting you all people. I'm not gonna do that, right? In fact, I'm gonna show you exactly who you are, if anything. The truth. Okay? So when you see me talking to my people, hush. Listen, learn, or get the fuck on, whichever one, right? Because I'm not ashamed of being black. I'm not ashamed to say I love my people. I'm unapologetic with that, you know. And before, that's all they need to be said about that, man. Just be mindful of where you are. I'm unashamedly black, unapologetically black. That ain't gonna never change. I'm not gonna bow for y'all. I'm not gonna kiss y'all ass. None of that. I'm not one of these old buck dancing Negroes who got to go along to get along with you all. I don't give a damn about you. Real talk. Now, you can listen to the content. You could, listen to the music and whatnot, the OJ, woohoo, Al Green, all that shit, right? You know what I mean? Listen to them damn reels and keep it moving. Don't come over here trying to tell me how to be towards you all. Go tell that shit to your people. Always talking about some white people kill me with trying to tell us, all about how the fuck we should feel and how we should act. Go tell that shit to your people. All this kumbaya bullshit. Go tell that to them. They the ones who need to hear it, not me. Anyway, who else on here? Hey, Ruby, appreciate you. I always see you commenting and liking stuff and everything like that. I appreciate you, Ruby. And all of you all who've been reaching out. A lot of people been hitting me up on my platforms and hitting me up in my inbox and everything like that. Man, I'm good people, man. Everyday people. I'm not, I'm a common man. You know what I mean? And I appreciate all the love and support. And that's what I'm about. I'm creating. So, you see, I've been doing a lot of things as far as with music and content and everything like that. I'm trying to change the narrative in my own little world, right? The narrative of everything being negative, right? It's so much negativity on social media, especially for Black people. So much negativity. And it had got to a place, man. I'm gonna share this with you all, man. A couple months ago, what had happened was a couple months ago, I'd say maybe 5 months ago, I don't know, around October, September. I was sitting here, right here. I was trading. It was 2:00 in the afternoon, and peace and love to you, brother Lionel. And several months ago, I was sitting here trading, and I almost went crazy. I thought I had lost my mind. All of a sudden, just like this, life was good. Nothing triggered it, right? All of a sudden, I felt like my head was going to explode. And I felt like I was going crazy. The only thing I could do was holler. All I could do was yell at the top of my lungs. And I'm literally holding my head because I felt like my brain was getting ready to explode, man. I'm telling you some real here. I'm sharing something with you, and maybe it could help somebody. Because I like to think that I'm mentally strong. I'd like to think that, man, I think I'm sharp, man. I think I'm sharp mentally, right? I never would have thought such a thing would happen, could even happen to me. And my grandmother lives about half a mile away from me. And the only clear thought that came into my mind during this ordeal was to get to my grandmother so my grandmother could pray for me, right? So there I was walking down the street. Neighbors saw me and were speaking to me, but I had my head down. They really couldn't tell what was going on. And it was raining. They were on their porches and whatnot. It was raining. snot coming out of my nose, into my beard, and all I'm doing is yelling like a madman. I felt like I was going crazy, y'all. And so I brought that up for this reason. Too much of the trauma porn that you consume on social media, that's not a good thing. Sharing foolishness. You see videos, people sharing videos of little kids, little children cussing. We think that shit funny? We think that's funny? What's entertaining about a little child cussing at adults? Right? So, not to mention the arrest videos, dealing with the police brutality, all of those things, man, and the murders. Every week, today is Sunday. I could guarantee you that it's people right now that, specifically in Chicago, where I'm from, that are making their reports. 17 people got shot this weekend. 48 people got shot this week. 19 people got robbed this week. Yo, so I'm one of those people. I've realized there's something that triggers me. Black death bothers me. Black death, senselessly, right? Senseless black death bothers me. Why does it bother me? Because I'm a product of my father was murdered when I was 3 months old, right? My father was murdered when I was 3 months old. So I'm 48 years old right now, right? And nobody's ever asked me, am I okay? Right? I had to deal with that. I had to deal with the fact that, listen, I don't know what it's like to call somebody dad. Right? These are mental issues. This shit could weigh on your mental, man. And if you don't check it or deal with it, it's going to deal with you. See, all these years of all this traumatic stuff that's happened, death, friends dying, friends being shot, father dead. Listen, my father and both of my grandfathers were dead before I reached double digits. Right? So having to plow through life and figure out this thing called manhood, I had to learn this as I went. I had no blueprint. So it bothers me when I hear about senseless killings. Not necessarily for the deceased, right? I do think about them or whatever, but my mind always go to their children because I know what it's like to have that void. I know what it's like to not have that father in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So this is something that I had to learn about myself. I had to learn and be real and transparent and say, listen, man, Black death really bothers me. When I see this foolishness that's on here, on the, on social media, the glorification of this foolishness, because I know what it's like for a child to grow up and not be able to ever see your father. It's not a good feeling. You know what I mean? So years after years of dealing with that and holding it in and not ever releasing, right? And seeing so much negativity on social media that I believe it got to a point where, and too much pressure of bust pipes. And eventually I got to a place where I thought I was losing my mind. And I love my mind. You know, I think God gave me a pretty good one. You know what I mean? I've always loved my mind, right? And I don't want to lose it. So what did I do? That's when I started to put out nothing but positive content. Nothing but positive, nothing but things that can empower me. I wasn't doing it for y'all. I wasn't doing it for likes. I wasn't doing it I was doing it to keep my damn sanity. Because I felt like I was going crazy. So now I don't allow that type of stuff in my space. No type of negativity. People come on my posts talking crazy nowadays or whatever. I just block them. I swear, ain't gonna be no big back and forth and all that shit. I just block them. Bye. You know what I mean? Anything that's going against my mind, I have to be a protector of my mind. So that's why I did all of that. But I've been doing I'm gonna be doing a lot of content that's towards the things that, excuse me, have you ever been taken to therapy or counseling? No. You know, we don't do therapy. Black people don't do therapy for the most part. And that's because, let me say this, that's because it's not, first of all, readily available, and there's a cost behind it, right? So, no, I've never done that. I would love to. And at some point, I need to be on somebody's couch. Listen, I'm 48 years old. I'm a black man. Hey, man, yeah, I need to be on somebody's couch. I can say that boldly because I'm a human. You know what I mean? And it happens to the best of us. And it wasn't until I reached out to brothers, and shout out to the men that I have in my life, man, the brothers who were there with an open ear, you know what I mean, to listen. And I want to say this, and this is I've said this to one of my women friends, and she got a little offended by it, but whatever. Men need men to talk to when they're going through issues. Not necessarily a woman. Why am I saying that? Because men understand what men are going through. That's not a knock on women. I love black women. Y'all the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, before sliced bread, y'all. If God made something better than y'all, he kept it for himself. All of that. But men need to be able to talk to each other. So that's why I'm going to open up my platform for that. Got some things I'm working with a few brothers. We're going to be coming and talking about things like mental health. I guess this is a mental health issue, right? I know sometimes people just overuse certain things, but we're going to be talking about things because the scripture says iron sharpens iron. And so that's how we keep each other sharp. So it's not a knock on women. Therapy isn't expensive. I pay $60 for a 1-hour session. Give me $60. No, but I didn't know that. That's good information. I didn't know it was that inexpensive, Marquita. Appreciate that. Yes, because we cannot understand you like another man can. Yeah, Marquita, you get it. Some women to get on here, you know, and start talking about, you know, I know y'all think y'all, you know, superwoman, and y'all are super women, right? But some things we just need to talk to each other about, and that's okay. And you shouldn't even feel women shouldn't feel no kind of way about that. My issue with therapy is the therapist is usually white. and cannot relate to black male issues. Bingo. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Because I be damn, ain't no way in the world I'm going to sit on one of their couches. I'm just not. I ain't going to do it, right? So that's why it's good to have brothers, a brotherhood that you could talk to about your issues, you know. And you got to be open and honest enough and make sure it's somebody you're tight with, you're cool, you could trust, which is hard to do sometimes with brothers because brothers be sizing each other up and things like that. But not true. You can request a black man. See, this is more information. These are things that you and I didn't know, Alex. Sister Marquita said that you can request a black man. You know, didn't know that either. But they have some services on the south side. It's a few clinics and whatnot. And then I got referred to somebody actually in Montgomery, Alabama. A brother of mine referred me to a brother of his down there. See, that's the good thing about having a brotherhood and having some people you can go to. So, yeah. What's up, Candace? New mama. I don't know if I did the start thing right. Oh, I don't either because I sure don't know nothing about it. Yes, I don't indulge. Okay. All right. I'm finna get up out of here. I'm going to start going live a little bit more and putting out the content. You know, it's all about empowerment with me. You know what I mean? I don't believe in just doing stuff and I'm not a jester. So I'm not just going to make reels, you know, just for the sake of making reels or whatever. I want to be able to make people get informed and empower themselves. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm all about. Good info. A tribe is important, man. Cool. I appreciate that, Marquita. That therapy is a topic of conversation. It's funny that therapy. Yeah. I think that most men do need it. Black men do need some therapy, man, because things be happening, man, in life. And, you know, you need somebody to be able to release to. You know, you're a human. It doesn't make you less than, doesn't make you small. See, I could say that I damn near lost my mind, right? I could say that, man. I could say that, and I'm not, you know, shit. Because that don't make me less than a man, you know. I do, cuz. Yeah, we all do. Yeah, we all do. And the quicker we accept that, see, soon as I went through my ordeal, I started reaching out to the brethren. You know what I mean? Like, man, listen, I was telling just about anybody that had an ear to hear. Like, man, this just happened to me. And what I found out was I'm not alone. And sometimes that's what's stopping a lot of us from seeking help or seeking therapy or counseling, somebody to talk to, right? Is because we feel like we the only one. And man, when I was telling people, they was like, oh yeah, that's happened to me too. I'm like, huh? This shit normal? People actually go through this? People be having issues? I didn't know that, man, because like I said, I feel like that I'm somebody that's mentally strong and such a thing could never happen to me. I'd have never thought that would happen to me, man. But yeah, I damn near lost my mind, man. I was sitting up here, man, in a bad place, man, you know. The fear of being the only one to ask for help. Yep. Sometimes it's tough because here's the deal, right? Here's another controversial thing that I'm going to say, right? And take it in the spirit that I'm saying it in, right? when black men have issues, at the end of the day, don't nobody give a fuck. I know you're going to say, I do. And you probably do, right? And that blessings to those men who do have you women to go to and whatnot, right? But ultimately, don't nobody give a fuck. Because see, listen, what I'm saying is, you still gonna have to be a motherfucking man. You still gonna have to be a man, right? You can't take no days off from being a man. What you gonna do? Rest in your femininity? Come on now, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Can't take no days off. You still gonna have to be the man. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important for brothers to be able to holler at each other. There go my man Jake, my brother Jake. You know what I mean? My landlord too. You know what I mean? He one of the people I told. I wasn't scared or worried or whatever. Because why did I say that to him? Especially after I found out that other brothers was dealing with issues and things like that. I told him, I was like, shit, maybe he may have dealt with it, or before he even deals with it, I can let him know that, man, listen, you okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel mentally fatigued. It's okay to break down. It's okay to cry, right? It's not okay to not be a man, though. You know what I mean? Still got to be a man. Vent, seek help, counseling, whatever you got to still be a man. You know? That's how the enemy muzzle you, by making you think you're the only one. You're not the only one at all. True. All right. Yeah. So everybody. So speaking of that, the strong get weak too. You know, I be seeing everybody now talking about, you know, check on your strong friends. You know, in one breath, and then in the next breath, they sitting up here talking about why y'all think this is your diary, right? Facebook ain't your diary. Here's the deal, right? Did you ever think that you have a social media platform, right? You allow people to come into your platform, right? Your family and your friends. Maybe you didn't have nobody to go to. I'm going to share this real quick too. When I went through my ordeal, I reached out to a fucking YouTuber first. Why did I reach out to him? Because I felt like brother was the only person on this earth that understood what I was going through. That he would understand me. Right? Because I knew I couldn't go to social media, because social media ain't your diary. You can't, you can't, it ain't your diary. You shouldn't be on here. Man, maybe these are the only friends and family. Maybe they feel like, man, my friends and my family out here, man, I can express myself, right? So you got to be careful with that, telling people, trying to govern how people use their social media. This ain't your diary. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it ain't your diary. That's okay too. But don't shame people for reaching out, especially when they going through something. You know what I mean? Somebody's house just burned down. Somebody child just been murdered, kidnapped, or what? What the fuck you mean they can't come on their social media platform and talk about this, man? And they dealing with this here bitter cup, you know, that they drinking from right now. This trial that they going through right now. Come on now. Still good woman at the end, but it's okay to need help as long as you don't allow it to consume you. which is why getting help is vital. That is very true. Yeah. All right, we got 2 Marquitas on here. So society say chin up and keep moving. You know what, Jake? That's the truth. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what we're gonna have to do as men. That's why I say men should be talking to men about their issues and instead of running to their woman, right? Because you're supposed to be her protector and her provider. And every woman wants to be secure. Above anything else, every woman wants to feel secure, right? So by sitting up here telling her what you're going through, let's just use my incident when I felt like I was going crazy or what have you, right? If I had a woman, if I would have came and told her that, that's going to take her out of her element, because now the nurturer in her going to go into, it's going to really spring up in her. And now she's worried because her protector, her provider, her priest, her prophet, her everything that you are supposed to be to your woman is under attack. So now she's out. Now instead of her being who she is, now she's getting out of kilter to try to compensate for where you at, right? Whereas you can go to your brother and say, "Hey, man, I remember a brother came to me and he was telling me about his issues and whatnot, right? And I looked him straight in his head. He told me he was depressed. And I said, man, what's going on? He started telling me a little stuff. Hey, nigga, you ain't depressed. You just need some money. Right? Now, he was messed up, y'all. He was messed up. He was crying and everything like that. But when I said that, he started laughing. He started smiling. He said, bro, you know what? Yeah, this is exactly what I need. And he was cool from then on. That's what I mean by men talking to men. Because when you tell your woman especially, you're gonna knock things off balance a little bit. She's going to be, especially if she loves you, she's going to be trying to do everything to try to help you. And one thing about Black women, this is why I love y'all so much. Y'all warriors. You want to piss a Black woman off? Fool with her man and her children. Yeah. You want to see how much of a warrior a Black woman is? Fool with her children and her man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's why I love y'all. Y'all see, I ain't like them white women. They that's some white folk shit talking about, keep the woman at home and, not on the front lines and anything. Black women have been on the front lines with us with everything, That's why I don't even go with them little suckers that be trying to come on my page. They married to one of them Beckys and whatnot. They try to come on my page and tell me, all about, try to talk down on Black women. You can't tell me nothing. Can't speak negative to me about no Black woman. I ain't going. No man want to look weak in his woman's eyes. See, now Jake, you just brought up something else, right? Because you have to be careful with what you say to women, because it can be used against you. I'm just going to leave that right there and move on. That's a fact. I'm coming full throttle behind me, going toe-to-toe with the devil by mine. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what Black women do. They always get right in there with us. When I feel that way, I sit down in a quiet place, get still, because everything we need God has a place with us. Hey, that's a good thing to do too. I do that often. I'm a recluse, right? I'm really I didn't got to a place, man, where uh I don't even go out and around people. It's just weird, man. It just seemed like I don't know what the hell going on in this world now, but I spend a lot of time by myself because I don't piss me off. I don't say nothing that's gonna aggravate me and things like that, and I ain't gonna fall out with myself. So I'm like you, Ruby. I sit down in the quiet place and get my mind together. You got to do that. You have to do that. Speak of it. I want to go ahead on, Jake. No, man, but and let me, since I don't want people to think that I'm being misogynistic or nothing like that, but you have to be careful in the men that you tell things to too, right? Because you could sit up here and say something and confide into a brother about what you're going through, and while you talking to him, you sitting up there telling him your issue, and he's sitting up there inboxing your woman, right? So it works both ways. So that goes back to what I was saying. Don't nobody care. Ultimately, those who you got to deal with people who are authentic. You know, what was that? Corey Holcomb came out with a little reel the other day. He was like, man, in this day and age, you can't be fooling with just anybody. People crazy. Black women are the truth. I read even during slavery, black women would go off if master fuck with her kid. Man, listen. Hey, man, it could be a rat. You fuck with their children. Any animal, or, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're gonna get down on you, man, if you mess with their children. Black women have always been warriors. We ain't never fought a fight that they ain't never been right there beside us fighting. And if they wasn't swing, we was swinging the axe. She was sharpening the axe for us. That's sitting at home baking cookies. That's white woman shit. That ain't how African people are. I hate to be the one to bear the news to you. I really hate that way you feel that way about being vulnerable to superpower, but I get it because I still struggle with myself. Well, here's the thing, right? We deal with so many traumas that's been passed down from generations to generation to generation. Like, who can you trust? You know what I mean? You've been backdoored before. I've backdoored a person before. You know what I mean? I backdoored one of my brothers before. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? That's some shit I regret, some shit I wish I'd never done, but I done it. You know what I mean? Listen, human beings are a trip. We all are. You know what I mean? We all are a work in progress and everything. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, Marquita. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'll probably never feel like I could. I wish I did have that somebody that I could really be vulnerable with, right? But man, you know, I think that as I age and mature, it's a little easier. Well, I should say I'm more open to such a thought. You know, really be vulnerable, like I need to say so. Yeah, man, it's tough, man. You gotta have people. You gotta have people, real authentic people in your life. You know, and listen, it's some people. Everybody can't go where you go. The most honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey was asked, is he trying to take all black people back to Africa? He said, no, I'm not trying to take all of us back to Africa. Some of them are no good here. They'll be no good over there, right? Let me say it. I'm saying it the same way for us. Everybody can't go where you trying to go or where you need to go. And that's okay. It may be your family member. You know, it may be a 30, 40, 50-year friend, right? But all roads, Bobby Blue Bland got a song say, all roads got to end somewhere. You came in this world by yourself. You know what I mean? If people are a blessing to you, if you're a blessing to people, keep on doing that. When it breaks off for whatever reason, and sometimes relationships end, it doesn't mean that y'all fell out. It just ended for whatever reason. And that includes your family, right? For whatever reason, y'all don't rock with each other no more. Okay. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. I'm doing whatever I got to do to protect my mind. I ain't going to let you Negroes kill my mind. But anyway, I don't know how this got to be a talk about mental health and everything. I just intended on getting on here saying thank you all for subscribing and following and things like that. My YouTube channel is doing real well now through the reels and stuff that I've been putting out. But now I'm about to start putting out way more content. Maybe I'll do something like this once a week where we could talk openly and honestly about issues, you know. Just means y'all Johnny is over. Yeah, it just means it's over with. I mean, you know, keep it moving. Like people, I be seeing people say stuff like this, you know, don't trust people if they still talk to their ex. Huh? Wait, so talk about I can't talk to this woman. We went to school together. You know what I mean? We went to grammar school together, we went to high school together, we went to college together, whatever. I've been knowing her for 30, 40 years. And because we broke up, now I'm some type of untrustworthy or unloyal person because I spoke to her or said something to her. Man, this is a crazy world we living in. Ruby says she let go a lot. Sometimes you got to let people go, right? Unfortunately, because they were no good back then and they'll be no good in your future. You know, you got to let them go. And it's all good, man. I love a lot of people that I know. Man, there's a lot of people that I love that's really dead to me, and they don't even know it, though. You know? Don't wish no harm on nobody, on none of them. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? I don't want to, I have to protect my mind. I'm not going to let somebody in my space if I got to be sitting up here watching you. It's like letting a crackhead in your house, right? You let a crackhead in your house, you got to follow this Negro all over. I ain't got time for that, man. I'm not letting a thief in my house. I'm not, you know, you're no good for me. You're no good to me. So, anyway, man, let me get up off of this thing. It's been 50 minutes. But I appreciate you all. I'll probably be doing this a little bit more and whatnot. I've been dealing with some physical issues and whatnot. My hip went out. I had some tears in my hip, then my knee and whatnot. Then my old ass had a fight about 2 months ago. That shit didn't go too well either. You know what I mean? See, I could be real about mine. I ain't, you know, because, you know, shit, I'm the truth. I'm a man. I'm the truth. Too old to be fighting any damn more. I won't be fighting no more. I'll be blowing one of you little Negroes' head off from now on. Believe that. A fight. Yeah, man, a damn fight, man. Well, it was a 76-year-old man on the bus. 76-year-old man on the bus. Soon as he got on the bus, this younger dude, he's about 42, whatever, 38, whatever. He went in on Pops. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Hey, Jake, that motherfucking fight ain't go too well, bro. Oh, that shit ain't go with. Hey, that shit ain't go in my favor, Jake. Hey, but you know what? It was a 76-year-old man on the bus. You know what I mean? And soon as he got on the bus, man, dude started messing with him. And I wasn't finna let that go down. Now I had done 5 hours of physical therapy on my hip and on my back. You know what I mean? So my legs was like noodles anyway. You know what I mean? So that's no excuse. But you know how when somebody be telling about a fight they had and they be trying to act like they won. No, nigga, I ain't win. I ain't winning at all. You know what I mean? But here's two things that happened though. I'm gonna say this though. He ain't fuck with he ain't do nothing to that old man. He ain't do nothing to the elder. You know what I mean? And I'm still more of a motherfucking man than him. Right? So, my sons, they were telling me, man, Pop, we gotta go. Man, leave the dude alone, man. He did what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? We had a confrontation, right? We had a fight. He won. Okay, that's it. We handled it like men. He did. He took care of his business and whatnot, and that's that. I'm living. Ain't nothing wrong with me as a result. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit. That's how that went. Let me get up off of this damn thing because I'm acting like this is a diary. Man, Jake, man, that nigga whooped on my head, man. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. But now, anyway, let me get up off of this thing, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna start doing this a little bit more. And when I be keeping my granddaughter all the time, and man, she is really busy, so she keeps me busy and everything. But yeah, that was a good way. That was a good segue from the content and everything. I appreciate it. I tell people in a minute I don't fight up to. Hey Jay, I remember you saying that shit too. I should have been listening to you. Hey, I told Ed, as soon as I got home, I told Ed, I said, shit, I ain't doing that no more. Oh shit. No, man, I had no business. I'm my motherfucking hip and shit fucked up and whatnot. I ain't had no business fighting no way, but there's no way in the world I can stand around and let somebody attack a 76-year-old man, a 76-year-old black man while I'm there. Fuck that. Nah, I ain't going. But anyway, let me get up out of here. Peace and love. I'll holler at y'all later.